Hi guys, Varun here from Phone and I have the all-new Xiaomi Mi 6 with me for a quick unboxing. So let's dive in and unbox the Mi 6 and find out how the device looks like. So this is a retail box of the Xiaomi Mi 6. This is the 64GB storage and 6GB RAM variant. It's available actually in three configurations: 6GB, 64GB storage, 6GB, 100GB storage, and 6GB, 100GB with the ceramic back. So this is the one we could find in Hong Kong. So this is the specs on the back. As you can see, it's powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 processor. It has a 5.15-inch screen, and since it's got 835, you also get quick charge 3.0 in terms of charging, and 6 gigs of RAM and UFS storage. So let's actually dive in and open the box. Nothing fancy here. It's all a plain white box. I'm looking forward to trying out the device. So let's actually break open the seal here. So let's open it up. So here you see the Xiaomi Mi 6 in black. Beautiful, lovely color here, the black one. And let's actually get rid of this screen protection here. Wow. And here we take off the back as well. Wow. So it says designed by Xiaomi, assembled in China. Let's also get rid of this plastic on the back. So you can see you have dual cameras, 12 megapixel cameras along with an LED flash on the back. So you can see it's got a 5.15-inch display. So let's actually put this aside for a quick second and take a look at the box contents. And here we go. So you also get a case in the box, which is a nice touch, which is a silicone case with the cutouts for the camera. And you also have the charger, which is a Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0 rated charger. So let's take a look at the readings here at the bottom. So it says 5 volt 3 ampere, 9 volt 2 ampere, and 12 volts 1.5 amperes. So that's a Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0 rated charger from Xiaomi. And also you get the Type-C cable, which is over here. So it's a also you get an adapter, I guess. So it's considering this phone lacks an headphone jack, so you also get an adapter very similar to the iPhone 7. You get a Type-C to a 3.5mm converter in the box. So and you also get a Type-C to a USB Type A cable. So let's take a look at the manual here as well. And you get a SIM ejector tool. The Mi 6, it's a dual SIM nano device. So dual nano SIMs, and that's pretty much it. So it's a Chinese variant, so not much info here for us, but it does support the Indian 4G LTE bands, the band 3, band 40, and band 5. So most of the bands are supported, considering it's a Snapdragon 835 device. So let's actually power on the device. So it's running on Android 7.1.1 Android Nougat with MIUI on top of it. And it seems to be a pretty decent case as well. It's always nice to have an official case, and seems to protect the device from smudges and scratches. So let's get this out. Look at that back. Why, it seems so nice. And let's actually open up. So let's go into the about. As you can see, running on Android 7.1.1 octa-core Snapdragon 835 processor, 2.45 GHz, 6 gigs of RAM, 53.6 gigs is usable out of the 64 gigs of storage. The information about the dual SIM cards here. In the SIM cards, you can see 2 SIM cards available here. And let's actually show you the SIM card tray as well. So let's actually open up the SIM card tray. So you can see you have dual nano. Seems a pretty tiny slots. It's dual nano. Be pretty careful while putting the SIM cards. So that's the SIM card tray. Not sure if they are backlit, the keys on the bottom. So there's a fingerprint sensor on the home button. It's not a pressable home, clickable home button, but it's got the fingerprint sensor. So the Xiaomi Mi 6 builds upon the success of the Mi 5. So let's have these devices here. So you guys must have seen these devices. So these are the Mi 3, which was the first device Xiaomi launched in India. So the Mi 3 was a great device for the price. So that's the Mi 3 all metallic design. You We also had the Mi 4i. So we also have the Mi 4, but the Mi 4i was a made for India device. We also have the Mi 5 here, which is very similar to the design of the Mi 6. So we have the Mi 5, Mi 4i, Mi 3, and the Mi 6 over here. So beautiful design. Builds upon the design of the Mi 5, which also had a ceramic back. The Mi 5 was launched, I think, at Mobile World Congress last year. The Mi 6 came out at an event recently in Beijing, the company's headquarters, and the company has made the phone obviously thinner and more powerful. And you also continue to have the IR blaster on the top, which is a nice thing, and the phone just looks beautiful in black. And the headphone jack is gone. So the main story of the Mi 6 is the dual cameras on the back here. Those are dual 12 megapixel cameras on the back, and the primary one is a 12 megapixel f1.8 aperture lens. The secondary is f2.6 aperture lens. In the front is an 8 megapixel camera, and let's actually show you some of the modes. So you actually have the portrait mode, which you might have seen on the iPhone 7 Plus. So that's available on the Mi 6, and so it basically blurs out the background and gives you a nice touch. So also you have the zoom functionality with respect to the modes, so you can actually zoom in. So you can do a zoom in like say 1x or 2x. It also gives you a bokeh effect, as you can see the phones on the back. Apart from that, you also have tilt shift, which lets you kind of focus on an object and give you a tilt shift around an object. And you can also choose to kind of tilt shift with a parallel approach, which is not a circle but two lines. So you also have group shot, a manual mode as well, where you can actually adjust a lot of the features, including the white balance, focus, exposure time, ISO. You can also choose the cameras and also choose whether you want to use the normal lens or the wide angle lens, which is a nice touch. And so those are the modes, and you can also again do panorama shots, and we're actually thinking of doing an in-depth video about the camera of this device later. And you also get a group shot mode, multiple photos can be taken, so that's interesting. And what else? You also have a beautify mode, which you can use I think in the front camera more notably on rather than the rear camera. So that's the beautify mode, and that's pretty much it, guys. So, and another interesting thing Xiaomi told during the event is that this phone is actually splash resistant. Most of the ports are sealed, even the SIM card tray seems to be sealed well, and the phone is not certified for water resistance, but it does carry a splash resistant tag. And it's got an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, an infrared sensor for your remote functionality on the top, stereo speakers, and it's about 7.45 millimeters thick and weighs about 168 grams. And the ceramic version, which is more expensive, is about 182 grams and carries a ceramic coating on the back, rather a ceramic back like on the Mi 5. And yes, it's got a 3350 mAh battery with quick charge 3.0 support, and overall seems an interesting device, especially from a design standpoint. From Xiaomi, feels premium and pretty nice to use. And yes, so that's pretty much it. So that was a quick unboxing. This is actually a Chinese unit, so do hit the like button and the subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already for more videos like these. And we actually have a bunch of Xiaomi products. Actually was on a recent trip. You guys might know, you must have seen the HTC U11 unboxing video, and I was actually in Taiwan, and Xiaomi actually has a Mi Home in Taiwan. Luckily, India also is getting these Mi Homes. The first one opened in Bangalore last week. So India also could get most of the products, but many products are not still available in India. Like we are going to be unboxing the Mi desk lamp. We also have the new power banks, which are pretty good in terms of the charging times, and also some other Mi products as well. So do not forget to subscribe to Phone Arena to check out those videos. And thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one.